Today, the Republican-controlled Supreme Court has achieved their dark, extreme goal of ripping away a woman's right to make their own reproductive health decisions.
We are here for a reason. We were born in this place and this time for a reason. So when we build it back, we need to build it back stronger than what it was before. Into the streets! 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 Into the streets!
We've seen more Supreme Court confirmations than anyone today, where this case was always discussed. I believe Roe v. Wade was the correct decision as a matter of constitutional law and application of the fundamental right to privacy and liberty in matters of family and personal autonomy. It was a decision on a complex matter that drew a careful balance between a woman's right to choose earlier in her pregnancy and the state's ability to regulate later in her pregnancy. A decision with broad national consensus that most Americans of faith and backgrounds found acceptable, and that have been the law of the land for most of the lifetime of Americans today. And it was a constitutional principle upheld by justices appointed by Democrat and Republican presidents alike.
It's a day, a dark day, for women across this nation who have long fought for the right to have control over their own bodies. A fight that my grandmother's generation had to fight, my mother's generation, my generation, my daughter's generation, and apparently now my brand new granddaughter's generation.
American women today have less freedom than their mothers.
The Supreme Court says there is absolutely no constitutional right to an abortion, something that we've had in our state since 1970, for our nation since 1973, Roe v. Wade. So this is turning back the tides of time of progress.
This is deadly serious, but we are not going to let this pass. A woman's right to choose reproductive freedom is on the ballot in November. We cannot allow them to take charge so that they can institute their goal, which is to criminalize reproductive freedom.
There's 3 Supreme Court justices who are there as a result of an election back in 2016. Let that be a message to voters everywhere. This is what happens when extremism takes over not just our country, but has infiltrated the Supreme Court of the United States of America. As a result, in states that don't allow abortions any longer, and that's what the Supreme Court gave them license to do, you'll end up with government-mandated pregnancies. How do you reconcile that with taking away the ability that they just did with the gun case yesterday for states to protect our citizens?
Yesterday, they say the states cannot make laws governing the constitutional right to bear arms. And today, they're saying the exact reverse, that the states can overturn a constitutional right for 50 years, a constitutional right for a woman having the right to choose. The hypocrisy is raging, but the harm is endless.
Our body! Our body! Our choice! Our body!